two, a one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Divine Brothers convene yet again. And I tell you what, I'm feeling good today, guys, because, this is the day that the Lord has made. I'm going to rejoice
Be
and be
glad in it.
glad
Yeah.
because this is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Everybody get up, shake your neighbor's hand, tell him, God bless you. Yeah, yeah. Let's do that, everybody. Chase, God bless you, man. God bless you. Austin, I mean, totally authentic Austin. God bless you too. God bless you. Yeah.
I
Does that
hated
make you
that.
guys?
I hated shaking hands in church. It's my least favorite. I dreaded that every fucking time.
Chase, that's the fellowship. That's a critical part of Christianity, man. You gotta love your neighbor as yourself. That's Jesus 101, brother. Yeah. Aren't you a therapist? Aren't you talking to people for a living? This is what you believe?
I don't touch them though. You don't touch. There's no
I
touching.
might disclose this on your like website, like I'm a therapist, but I don't want to shake your hand. Okay, let's just make that clear. All right, no touching.
I don't
No
ever want
touching.
to see you in person or touch you. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
Exactly.
prefer to do this with no video. Can we just do audio? Is that possible? I don't want to look at you. You know, that that just seems unfortunate. Yeah. How about you, Austin? Do you crave fellowship? Do you crave to shake the hands of the man next to you and say, I love you, neighbor?
I did participate. Is this thing on? Good.
Jesus Christ. That's
Chase.
non-smooth as you can be. Good God.
Chase, I didn't like your reaction. I'm being very authentic right now. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it.
A reaction to what?
And to me asking if this thing was was on.
Oh,
You seemed Dean, describe what emotion. Was it disgust? Was it annoyance?
I would say it was Chase. Yes, I think that's all I can say there. Chase is his own definition and his own spectrum of emotions that I would think by now, Austin, you've grown to accept. Yes, because there's really nothing else you can do with it. You can't fight it. You just have to accept that this is the nature of Chase.
yeah. And maybe he's trying to
Yeah.
make you better from his feedback. Maybe that's the whole thing. It's all for you, man.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what, Chase? I thank you for that new perspective. And you know what? I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to integrate it. And my feeling is hate the sin, not the sinner. And that's how I feel about your little weird picadillos. I don't know what to call them. But anyway,
Pick
Dean,
it.
I didn't like the fellowship. I didn't like the Christian fellowship. I thought it was fake. I went there for the coffee and the cappuccino that gives you diabetes as soon as you drink it. So
You
that's why I
guys
was
had
there.
cappuccino. I don't think we had cappuccino. That sounds pretty nice, man. Yeah.
Well, Christ would have loved cappuccino, and I totally got that part. But it was called cappuccino and Christ. You didn't
Oh,
participate in that?
interesting.
That I know exactly what
Uh,
it was. It started late at 10:45 and it went to 11:30. It was 45 minutes. That's it. And it's just like you drink, you sing some songs, and minimal 5 minutes someone's babbling at you. It was a good pitch. A good pitch.
The songs, though, did you guys ever like the songs? I never liked the song. They were always, they were lyrics like that. This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord, like, it's not the deepest lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, and all the other ones are always like so self-referential. Like, Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, party in my heart.
What was the
Like,
one where you
like
spread your wings or something like that? What was that song?
your wings and fly like an eagle. Wait, that's R. Kelly. Wait a second. Hold on.
No,
Hold on. I'm not. I'm
what
screwing up my stuff.
you guys did you hate? I hated when they put their hands up in the air like this,
I
or like
hate
one
that.
hand or two. Like, what the
Close
fuck are
the
you doing?
eyes.
What is this shit?
They
What
feel the Holy Spirit, Chase. Come on, man.
this
That's
shit?
it.
This
It
shit.
maybe you just were never touched by the divine, but those people were. They were touched by the divine, and they wanted you to know they were touched by the divine. I even went to a few churches where they spoke in tongues. I remember this was great when me and mom first came to Dallas. You know, it was very important she find a good church. You know, and Dallas is like, this is Christian. This is like they call it the Bible Belt. You know, like because this is like the heart of like hardcore big church Christianity. And we went to a lot of churches. And one time she's like, "Yeah, I heard about this new church," and we went there, and we were sitting next to this big black lady, and she started speaking in tongues. And me and mom looked at each other like, "Holy, we did this is let's get out of here." Like we left midway through the service because we were freaked out by it. I still remember she was a big, like Medea black woman, big, like tall and fat, you know. And she's like raising her hands in the air like she just don't care. And she starts going, and we're just like, and me and mom were we knew that that was not our kind of Christianity, and we swiftly left, and we found someplace a little bit more respectable, you know. But
Mm, mm.
a memory seared into my brain forever, man. And that she was just feeling the spirit, Chase. Nothing wrong with that. You can feel the spirit any way you want. Some people put their hands in the air. Some people fly a plane into a building. But you know, we all have to be individuals in this world.
Well, growing up in Alabama, and Austin can attest to this, where you went to church affected your reputation. Like if we, hey, oh yeah, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I go to church here, and like, oh, like that place
Oh,
sucks. Like there were
when
some,
you
sh
really?
yeah, there were two or three good churches, and if you didn't go to the good churches, you were just some hillbilly that went to some shit church in the country, man. Yeah.
What was a bad church? That's what I want to know. What was a
Like,
bad
well,
church?
I know Willowbrook was number one, and then
Your church was number one.
it was totally number one. It was the coolest church. It totally was. But I forget Austin Trinity. Trinity was up there. It was respectable. It was all right, man. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought Trinity, architecturally at least, was like the most impressive church. I don't know what the
true.
reputation was though.
It was true. It had a great chapel. It felt like a
Was that the
legitimate
one by
chapel.
Whitesburg? The one by Whitesburg,
Yeah.
right?
No, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's weird to think about, like competing churches in Alabama. That sounds like an Alabama thing, you
Matters.
know, judge somebody by the church they go to, you know. Were there Catholics in Huntsville?
Yeah, some
Catholic?
Catholics. Yeah, there was. Sure. Not a lot though.
Chase, there's a gentleman outside of a Catholic church holding a sign,
Austin, you're
right?
muted, dude.
No, he's not. He's
Uh,
talking. I hear him. You're
Ah,
good.
Jesus, this is great.
You're good, Austin.
okay. Dean
Chase,
is
can you
just,
speak?
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Austin, do you hear
Uh-oh.
me?
yeah, I hear
Can you
you
guys hear
perfectly
me?
fine, Chase.
No, that's
I can hear
Dean.
you,
We can't
Dean.
hear Dean.
Oh, fuck.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
He
we can.
blamed me,
Hmm.
Chase. Can you believe that?
Dude, that's the he does that, man. He blames you for everything. That's right, man. But dude, remember that Catholic church with that guy out front that got molested? Did you see him with the sign?
No, I have a vivid image impressed in my mind based on your
Dude,
story, but I never
dude,
saw it.
traffic light. We were going home from something. A bunch of people in the car, and we were st like, the car was stopped right next to him, and I was looking at him. That guy, stoic, broken on his face, stoic and broken. I was like, man, holding that sign. I was raped by the preacher in this fucking chapel. I was like, oh, I believed him. 100% as a kid, I was like, oh my God, it was raining. Fucking just, man, like a statue.
I agree. If I saw somebody holding a sign outside of a church that said that, I'd be like, you wouldn't do that for fun. Like, you'd have a pretty good reason. Either he was totally legitimate and just had an axe to grind and wanted to let people know, or he's like psychotic, but
Well,
a short conversation would have
Austin,
figured that out.
if you're manipulative and you were to do something like that to take down a church just to take them down, I mean, that takes guts. I don't think I could do that, even as twisted as I can be. I couldn't fake that. That's a pretty big thing to fake, isn't it? Like, who would fake something like that?
You'd have to be a psychopath or maybe, just motivated by money or a lawsuit or something of that sort.
Anyway, I believed it, man. Radiated fucking energy of just brokenness.
Yeah, I always found I never understood what was happening when I walked into a church because you walked in from a modern society, you go to school, you learn about science, and everyone's praising a 2,000-year-old book with a plethora of anachronisms and just wild theories that no one actually believes in. Uh, I was always thoroughly confused, but I was kind of taught like everyone else, like you don't really question like the legitimacy of what they're saying is that is God sent himself to be a sacrifice to himself to appease himself. Uh, did you were you ever a believer, Chase, in this idea? Didn't you go to church camp with Chris, and weren't you kind of deep into it at one point?
I think it was as
You went
stable
to
as
church camp with Chris?
the, we went skiing. They take us skiing and shit. Yeah.
Oh, skiing's different. That yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Church camp. That
No,
sounds like a
dude.
good place.
We went
Busted.
we went to one church camp. We did. And yeah, Austin, I was a believer, but think I think yeah, over time it just erodes and falls apart. But I remember at church camp we got accused of stealing somebody's shaving cream. Like and
What?
dude,
Shaving cream.
it was weird. Somebody stole shaving cream and sprayed it all over or something or other. And we one of us had shaving cream in our kit. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I remember the head counselor, who's kind of a big old kind of jack dude. He came in and
Yeah.
he like pinned me against the wall. And he was just
Whoa.
like, "You're the only one here with shaving cream. You got something to tell me?" He's like, you just need to come clean right now. God's watching, all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Pinned you against the
Not with his
wall?
hands, but with his body. Like intimidating, like, you're going to admit that you did this right now. I was
Good
like,
Christian values,
I
man.
remember that. I was like, dude, I didn't do it. And then like an hour later, they found out who did. And he came in. He's like, Chase, I'm so sorry, brother. I love you, man.
Ah,
And I'm like, no, no,
nah,
no.
nah.
I see how you work. No, thanks, man. I'm done with this
Dude,
shit.
that's the shit that that stuff gets mixed in with the Christianity. Whatever happened to gentle Jesus, meek and mild? Somehow the power Christian took over. Like I do not get that, man. There was a great Family Guy way back. This is like season 1 or 2 or something, where Stewie imagines himself getting clean off drugs, and he's like a super ripped, tatted up guy at the gym, and he's just talking about Jesus, like, oh, it's the only way you can do this with Jesus, man. You've got to do, give him everything. And the guy says, yeah, well, you want some drugs? And he's like, yes, please give me some drugs. Oh my God, please, just I'll do anything for drugs. I'll suck your dick for drugs. I was like, wow, summed it up perfectly, man. I wonder what those people are hiding. Like I knew a couple of those big jacked Christians who had the real like that they would have moments like that of just intimidation and like, I am the force of God. I'm the will of God. That sort of thing. And I was just like, are you like a bully in another life that somehow transformed into a power Christian? And odd people, man. Odd people. I'm glad I don't run into those anymore.
I'm disappointed that it's really the only option. If you're an American dude, especially a white guy, it's just like there's an expectation to, yeah,
Is there?
this the spiritual side, it's pretty much Jesus. I mean, that's what you see on the corner. Not too many places have temples or other selections. It's just that's the one we chose. It's the one we founded everything off of. I mean, I get it. It's easy to control people, but it's
I
just
think if you want fellowship, then yes, you have to be a Christian. There's not many communities that you can just be a
yeah,
part of.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that you got Christianity, and that's basically it in America,
Would you ever join a church just for the community? Just to not believe anything?
I've I've thought about if I had a kid, I might join a church just to give them a little community, a little interaction. Get them up, kind of like the Guthrie thing or whatever. Get you up every Sunday just to force you up. You know what I mean? And just to have the cultural insight into Christianity because it's so everywhere. Like you can't read Shakespeare, you can't read anything without like some basic Christian knowledge. I think I would kind of be like our dad, like saying, I don't really believe any of this shit, but we go to it anyways.
Show up. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe if I had a kid. But now, no, no way, no way. Not in a million. My Sundays are too precious, man. Getting up, that's half your day.
It
Half your
is.
day.
You got 2 days
Yeah.
off. You don't want to spend it obligated to be somewhere else. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if there was like a law in America where they're like, you know what? If you have a religious thing, you get to take half a day off of a Wednesday or something like that. I'd be like, oh, I'm power Christian all day, man. Like we could move Sunday to Wednesday and you get to miss work for that. Yes, absolutely. I would totally do that. But that is not the system that we live in. we're stuck in this this Babylonian calendar.
Dude, that's a great idea. You got your 2 days off on the weekend, and on Wednesdays you can miss half the day for
Religion day.
religious shit. Yeah.
You know what? That could maybe work. That might be good, man. Like, everybody
100%
do it.
conformment on
Everybody.
that. Yes. Hell
Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I was talking to a guy that was in the Air Force, and he said he would take the opportunity to go to all the religious ceremonies he could, and he would describe going to Wiccan like church gatherings and stuff like that to get out of other duties. So definitely going on. I hear people do that in prison as well. So these opportunities do exist, but it seems they only really take place within institutions. Nobody, I don't know, cares about religion anymore. They try to make me work Sundays. I try to tell them about Sabbath and all this stuff, and no one even, they act like I'm an asshole. They say you're not even
you know,
Jewish. I
they
say,
don't
well,
respect. Yeah.
yeah, I say you don't know that, you know.
You ever thought
But
about making up something like saying, "Listen, I'm a Jedi,"
My name
you
is
know?
Austin Diamondrod. I am a Jew.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot you have Rod in your name. You ever thought about changing it to Ramrod? You know,
Diamondrod
like
sounds great. I love that. Goldrad.
Austin Ramrod. Yeah, the Rod. What is Rod? What is L? Your name is the Rod. Elrod. You are the Rod. Do you think like you had an ancestor a long time ago with a big dick? Like that was I was like, yeah. What's your name? It's the Rod. The
No,
Rod.
he had an ancestor a
Yeah.
long time ago with
Maybe.
a deformed dick that looked like an L.
I I hope they were in the manufacturing of rods because back in the day, your last name was associated with your occupation. So,
Same,
maybe
man.
they were a smelter of some kind, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
Or a porn
Could
star.
be.
Maybe Marky Mark was your grandfather. Something like that.
I don't
Could
know
be.
if the math works there. But I got to say something authentically, Dean. See, when you couldn't hear me, you immediately assumed it was my fault, and authentically, I got real upset about that. So, just want to let you know.
Upset at him
Now,
or upset at
Austin,
yourself?
that's
I've
Austin.
said
Now,
it. I've
here's
said
what
it,
I think.
Dean.
Okay.
Austin, I want to know, like, yeah, I mean, you had a pretty tense relationship with your family, right? And
Mm.
I think that I was reading this week, and I thought to myself, Austin, did you ever get caught masturbating, and your father made you masturbate in front of the entire family? Did that ever happen to you? I was reading that, and I was like, maybe that explains a little bit of Austin right there.
No, no, Dean, that didn't happen to me, but I could understand how that would be deeply traumatizing for a child. Chase, what kind of effects do you think that would have on a person if they were drugged out of their room and forced to masturbate in front of their family?
I don't know. That's some that's some new age parenting stuff right there. All right, now you got to go masturbate in front of me, you and your mom and your sister. All right, you're
Yeah,
gonna finish. You're not gonna leave till you're done. That's okay. Maybe there's something to this. I don't know. I'm not sure.
yeah. When I read that section of the little short story, I fucking like I was my jaw literally dropped as I was reading. I was like, I cannot believe. How do you come up with something like that? Like I could not imagine a more traumatizing, embarrassing moment for a child. Just the man's a genius. That's all I can say. He's a genius.
I'm glad you like it. I don't want to talk too much about it, but you
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
no, no, I think that was appropriate. But you're bringing on a new guest tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So my do you guys this is interesting like work friends. Yeah, you don't choose who you work with. And like this guy like I would never be friends with him in real life. Like I don't think we would have had ever crossed paths and stuff like that. And I didn't really like him at first, but over time I've grown to like him. And here's like he's an awkward guy. He's very nerdy and stuff like that, but you'll have conversations with him and you can go anywhere in a conversation, have any topic, and he will stay with you. He will go the depths with you. He will disagree with you, but he'll go there with you. And when he's comfortable, he's an interest. He's got like he was a Hebrew scholar. Like he's not Jewish. He's a South African dude. He was a goth kid, like stabbed people in high school and shit like that. Got kicked out of 7 different schools and fucking lived in the Serengeti of South Africa. He was a camping expert and used to live out in the Serengeti and shit like that. and then he became like a Hebrew scholar. Now he teaches English with his in China. You know, he's just a crazy dude. But uh, he read it. He's a big reader, and I was like, you should check out this David Foster. He read it in a day, and was just like, I'm ready. Let's talk about this shit. So I think he'll be a good addition. He always has interesting insights, always different. I'll put it to you that way. Yeah, he's a good guy. Good guy. Okay, thank you. I guess nobody has any thoughts on that. All right. I'm sharing my I'm trying to be like David Foster Wallace, all right? I'm trying to give you the insights that you need, okay? But I guess it would be better if I told you that he has a face like the moon with that cause canids to howl at night, you know? Would that make you feel better? Something like that? No?
I don't even know if Chase knows what you're talking about.
He probably doesn't.
I hated
Chase, if you
that.
haven't
I
said
hated. I fucking that was the worst short story I've ever read in my entire life. I
You
got nothing
finish
else to
it?
say.
Are you
Yeah.
serious? Really?
That there's no dialogue. It is just babbling
There's plenty of
internal.
dialogue.
No, it is internal monologue. It shifts. It is awful. I am rereading pages. I'm like, this is bad. I wish I was close to Austin so I could punch him right in the arm, man.
Oh, wow. I'm shocked. I'm
I have a
shocked.
feeling. I have a feeling our other companion on that show is going to agree with me too. I just have that feeling.
All
I
right.
did we read? Did you like the part about the fat
No,
lady?
no, and like any other.
Huh.
I like the discussion about like farting and pooping at the table at the business lunch. You know, like did you? That was pretty good dialogue. I thought. You know.
Yeah, I was thoroughly embarrassed for that character, but I don't want to
I
say
know.
too much because it,
I know. We
but
should
it was.
stop. We should stop. Yeah, but I got to get. You know, I know I've already done this before, but Austin deserves it. It's well selected. Well selected. Excellent, like fodder for discussion. And I'm glad Chase.
No, you need to try harder, dude. In fact, we need to
Chase,
move on to the.
maybe Jay-Z, have you considered that you're just not deep? You know, like
Eh,
fundamentally, like you're just you've got about the depth of a puddle. Is that possible? You know, have you?
I think wholeheartedly, 100% you believe you're much deeper than me. Yes.
Yes, I do. Definitely, that's true.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I believe the opposite. So I mean, we're on opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, tell me about what. Here's my question. Give me an example of deep to you. What's deep
I don't understand an example of what.
depth? Like an example of a work of art, a literature, something that stirs the
Oh,
depths within you. You know.
literature.
It doesn't have to be literature. It could be a movie. It could be music. It could be any form of art that stirs. It stirs you, moves you. You feel that if
Yeah.
you feel you're wrestling with something that pushes you, you know, it forces you to really engage, you
Yeah.
know.
The last one I saw was that Mr. In Between show. That show made me cry, man.
Now, guys, I want you to note David Foster Wallace on one side, an Australian hitman on the other side. Okay. Yes. Let's continue.
It's a
Continue.
great
Yes.
show. It's just fantastic depth, well written.
By the way,
Uh,
when's the last time you saw this show? When was that? Like that was like 2020, right?
with you guys, I think. Yeah.
Like 5 years ago. That's the last time Chase felt any depth in his life. You know, so fair enough. Fair enough. I
A
think that's
show that
fair.
makes you cry? That doesn't happen much, like ever, man.
I feel crying, so that's depth. Like if it makes you cry, like you know, like
Evokes
hold your.
emotion. Evokes emotion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know what
yeah.
you mean. What you
Sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin, how about you? Depth. When's the last time you felt depth?
I feel it all the time when I
I feel
read
it all the time. Yeah.
Schopenhauer in my quiet
Mm.
hours, when I meditate on the transiency of all things, and I that's when I
Yeah.
cry, Chase. Not watching some show written by a bunch of Californians, you know.
Australians. Australians.
But I think everybody's different, you know. I don't have anything
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being a puddle. Puddles are important, you know? Like I think that they're good for splashing around in, you know, give you a lot of joy being a puddle, you know. Not everybody
Chase,
has to be an ocean.
what's your authentic reaction to such a cutting critique of your personality?
It's my personality's been critiqued my whole life, buddy. It's okay. It's nothing new. Yeah.
Would you say It just slides right over you.
Slides right through me, man.
There's nothing. It has nothing to sink into. It's just it's like that. The but that's what I'm sorry, I keep bringing it up, but in the reading, like one of the things I loved about the reading is like this idea that one piece of criticism will stick with you your entire life. Like one incredibly biting piece of criticism breaks, and it's so important that it like becomes part of your identity. Like I don't think that has ever happened to Chase. I don't think you've ever I don't think anybody's ever like insulted you and it hurt so bad that you wrote it on the tablet of your heart. Has that ever happened to you, Chase?
Not for life. No, I
Yeah.
worked through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one.
Okay.
I was probably about 14 years old, and I was at my friend's house, and there was a some girls talking, and I was kind of standing on the other side of the driveway, and they were like not exactly critiquing people, but I guess they were talking about people. And when it came to me, the phrase "kind of cute" was used, and I
Not
that
bad.
that phrase has echoed through my mind very many times since that happened. Yeah, it wasn't like a horrible stab in the heart or anything, but it was certainly like a slight deflation and probably pretty accurate. But
Were you walking around like I'm fucking cute? Not like kind of cute. Like, oh, I thought I was a 7. They put me at a 6, like that sort of thing.
yeah, maybe yeah, just a slight reduction in self-image. But
Yeah.
I people that's a light case, and it sticks in my mind for whatever reason.
Sure. Looks is a big one, man. I think for women especially, like there can be like a brutal, brutal takedown of like one little thing in their appearance, and it'll stick with them forever. You know,
I
like
had I was thinking because he was so I graduated a semester late. In the last semester when all my other friends were graduating, I was hooking up with this girl and she was just having fun her life. She was smoking hot. She was a beautiful girl. And I remember one day she was like, "Yeah, I'm graduating and we're not going to do this anymore." I was like, "No, man, I'll come to Atlanta." And she was just like she was like, "Dude,
mm,
she's like,
eh,
I got this internship. I have this great job. You're barely going to graduate. Like, this is nothing. Like we are nothing." And I was like, "Damn." Like it was
for her. She didn't drag you along.
it was exactly what I needed, but it was like a punch to the nuts and the face at the same time. I was like,
Sure.
"Fuck." Hurt.
Those are
Crying in the
important.
shower hurt. Yes. Yes.
Jay's crying in the shower.
Yeah. In a
Wow.
fetal position, like Ace Ventura when he kisses the hand.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, Chase. I don't know. That
Burning
did
my
hurt you.
clothes. Yeah.
Oh, man. Breakups are important, man.
Wasn't a breakup because we were never together. This is just for fun. Yes.
My very, very, very first breakup, it was a solid week of depression, like real, like I refused to get out of bed and stuff, but that was the worst one. After that, it never got as bad as that.
True.
It was like
Yeah.
first time experience, you know what I mean? You know whose breakups I remember? Speaking of Elrod's, I remember your brother breaking up a few times and like feeling this hurricane of depression just sweep over the entire house. Like, oh
See,
my God,
so,
it's
so,
it's like affecting everybody,
uh,
Ugh.
he breaks up. His older brother breaks up with this girl in high school, and he's devastated. We stay in the same room, this pink bedroom. And he blasts this song in the morning. If I could turn back the hands of time. And
Oh
he'd
my
play it on
God.
repeat. And I'd go in there and I go, "Get over this, you fucking pussy good." And he'd just cry. Just cry. And then "Oh, you don't understand, man. Turn it back on." I'm like, "No, I'm not turning it back
Turn
on."
it back on. Turn it back on. I need
Sick of this
it.
shit. It's horrible.
We love you,
I'll
Chris.
go wherever you will go. Way
Chase
up
knows the
high,
song forever
way
now
down
because I
low.
heard it every fucking morning, every morning.
I'm gonna be killing
I
him.
don't know the song, man.
It's horrible.
Chris has taken such savage critiques of his personality on this show. He's probably the number one case that we refer to.
Poor.
Fake
Aw.
accents, dropped footballs, and now
He's a good man. He's a good man. He
you know what,
deserves.
He's a
Dean?
good guy. He's a good guy.
Authentically, he said some nasty things about me before to my face, but so maybe he
That's
deserves it.
brothers. Like that's
Yeah, no,
standard shit. right? Like Chase and I have said wicked things about each other, man. But I think that's just all siblings. Like you just get a pass. You know what I mean? Like it's just mean shit's gonna get said,
Yeah.
right?
No, yeah, yeah. I don't mean to say he's like a nasty person or anything like that. It was all kind of as a matter of course in a sibling kind of situation. There was a case, Chris is kind of sensitive, he can be. I remember I was walking into a party at my brother's house with Bobby, and Bobby was like reluctant to go in. I was like, don't worry about it. You don't even have to talk to these degenerates. And one of Chris's friends was down there, and he told Chris what I said. And Chris was drinking a little bit that night, and when he heard my comment, he was very offended by it, extremely offended. And now he still brings it up sometimes, Dean. Authentically, what's your reaction? Do you do you think that
Man,
was
you
uncalled
should
for?
have doubled down and been like, you guys are all degenerates, man. You're the king of
Yeah,
the
that's what I would have
degenerates.
been
That's
like. Am
exactly
I
what I would.
wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's wrong?
Is there a better term? Please let me know. I would have
Yeah,
been
it's like
nice.
still, yeah. Should I choose another term? Like, would you prefer like like drunks or like deadbeats or like something like that? Like just go down the list.
Plebeians. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
confused because I don't consider Chris or any of the people there degenerates. I was trying to be funny, so it definitely took me off guard when he was offended by it. Because I could call you a lot of different things that you aren't, and you wouldn't offend me if you called me,
Well,
like a Jew or whatever. Like I'm not Jewish. Like what are you talking about?
well,
That's kind of
also
weird.
maybe your brother's more sensitive than you
Uh,
realize,
maybe
Maybe.
he's see like being a Jew. That's obviously not true, but degenerate. Maybe there is a little truth in that.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he feels the
Yeah.
tinge of truth pokes a little too
Yeah.
hard at the heart. Ugh.
Could be.
I don't know. I've delved into such low self-image that was totally justified for a while, and I'm like, so I don't really take offense to that kind of thing. And I've told you before, I can take any type of criticism as long as you're not, as long as it's in fun. Like that's because I really think that's the utility of friends. Like they rag on you about the worst kind of things about yourself in a fun way to like desensitize you so when it really happens it doesn't affect you the same way. And so that's the kind of the way that I meant it. Like it was funny, like I didn't mean anything by it. I wasn't trying to be mean or hurt anyone's feelings. I just, if I called Chase a degenerate or a Dean something else, it'd be
Not
whatever.
yeah. So, what's your
Uh,
point?
Nothing came to mind. But you know but you understand, right? I didn't mean
If you
anything
called
by it.
me a degenerate, I would say it's about a half truth, and I would agree with you. Yeah.
I have degenerated. It's true. I have degenerated over time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever purity there was is long gone. That's for sure. The I hope he comes on the podcast one day. I'd love to talk to Chris. Break it. Let's just have it all out in the open. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
Why don't
not?
you ask him, Chase?
Ask him what?
You ask him to come on the. He'll really appreciate that because you took the step forward. You were the one. Right?
How should I phrase it? I'd be like, I wanted a couple other people, but they said no. So you're
Say, listen, you degenerate. Get on the podcast. It's time. All right.
okay. All right, fair enough.
I'd like. I think we could. That'd be some serious little group therapy right there.
I wonder how
Let's
strong our southern accents would be after the end of that
Chris,
hour.
how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Whoo! Hooting and it's like getting this family together, like a good old hoedown. I tell you what. The first question, Chris. Let's talk about middle school football. Well, let's do this. Let's get this out in the open, right? Let's
Hmm.
talk about this. Let's talk about the word degenerate. Let's break it all down. Let's talk
Well, well,
about
well, well, I mean, seriously though, if you were able to hit a game-winning shot or catch the winning pass, do you think that would change your life? I think
Case.
it,
You know what happened? You took that personally. You took that personally. That's what happened, man.
it was
It
a
was Michael
perfect
Jordan.
pass. It was a perfect
Took the
pass.
person.
Yeah.
How do you think it would have affected, hypothetically, a person's life? Do you think they'd have like a better self-image and be like more likely to take chances, or do you think like the community be like, this guy, when the pressure's on, he wins? Do you think they're a little bit of both?
I think it does have a psychological shift. I think when you show up in a big moment early on in life, it does something to you. It does. And if you don't show up, it can do a lot of things to you. It can make you want to never have it happen again, or it can make you quit. So
I
I
do
think
think a champion moment can define you for sure.
absolutely.
Take victory to taste being number one. Like I think it's a
Champion
powerful
moment.
experience. Yeah, powerful impact. Um, I know this because I never had one. I never had one at all. I was never any good at sports or anything like that. So I just was like, I don't need this stuff. But I think secretly I did want to have the championship feeling. I did
Yeah,
want to be
yeah, I was
number
gonna say,
one.
have you guys ever had a championship moment? That's a
I won a
great
couple
term,
wrestling
Dean.
meets.
It's a great
I
term.
had I run a couple of wrestling meets, which there was one time I do remember this. It was the one time Daddy Dean, or my grandfather, he came to watch me wrestle. And it was wrestling meets sucked like that. It was all day sitting on your ass. Like why it was just not fun. And I really felt I never made mom go to him. Like I was like, don't go to this shit. But one time Daddy Dean came and I won all five of my matches and got the go. I felt proud that I was like, he was like, you feel good about his grandson, man.
Yeah.
I was kicking everybody's ass. You know what I mean? Like I remember that, but all the rest are just a blur. Don't remember anything. I remember losing senior year. I remember that. Like because I was fucking. I remember there was this match and it was in the state championships, not the state tournament, and I was kicking this guy's ass. Like I was dominating, and he got me with 5 seconds left with a pin. And I remember it was my last match ever, and I remember just being devastated. Devastated. That was how it ended. And I shook it
Yeah.
off and went home. But I
Well, good.
remember that. Yeah,
I'm glad you didn't let it linger. Yeah, I forgot you did wrestle, man.
yeah, it was fun. Good
That's
for no coordination. Didn't have to catch a ball.
it's funny. I had the only true championship moment because football we always sucked, but in tennis once they had this thing called the Challenger Series, and it was like the big. If you go to this, the best players go to this tournament. If you win, you go to nationals, and we always went and got our ass kicked. And I remember I went with mom once. This one, and it was like the last one of the year. It was just me and her, and we
Yeah.
went. And I don't know why. I just kicked the shit out of everyone. I beat like these national
Fire.
rank. I beat
Yeah.
everybody and I
Yeah.
won. And they're like, you get a free trip to nationals coming up. And I remember going back to Huntsville and every coach came up to me and like, oh, we need, let's let's see you on Monday. Like they wanted to
Oh,
invest in me. I was like, oh, I was like,
attention.
like, oh, you see potential. I was just like, oh, this is nice. Like they came to seek me out, but I'd never had that in my life. It was quite fucking incredible. It felt incredible. Yeah.
I've always liked watching tennis. And that's one of the reasons why, because tennis is such a flow game. When a player gets hot, it's like they're unbeatable. Like, and I've seen it happen. I've just seen like they just get into that flow state and they're just killing everybody. Federer used to do this like back in the day and stuff like that. Just like he would just get hot, and then he was just like he's unbeatable. No one can beat him. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. He's just in the state. And I always liked that. I liked when you could see like they're on fire. They're gonna win. You knew they were gonna win. You could feel it. And that was cool. That was really cool. Tennis and only tennis. I didn't really see that. Sometimes in basketball, you could feel a team turning it around. Like okay, they're gonna win this fucking game. But tennis, man, just one person versus one person. It was cool. I used to love watching that shit.
Gotta appreciate the one-on-one battles, man. That's the true essence of sports. This team shit is fucking horrible. Oh, by the way,
In your
Dean,
mind,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
tell you, dude, your Texas Tech Red Raiders play in the conference championship this weekend.
Yeah.
And if they win, they're one of the top four seeds in the tournament.
Do you know I haven't watched football in like 6 years?
They could
Not
win it
one game.
all. They could win it all.
Hooray.
Well,
Hooray.
if they're in the finals, you might be thinking a little differently.
I don't care, man. I never liked that fucking team. Like that school was like they put all of their money into that stupid fucking team and that stupid fucking stadium. Like they did not give a shit about anything else.
What
That was it. It was the only thing that made money. It was the
now that you
only
can
thing.
now that you
You
can
know,
buy players, you guys are the best ones in your conference. You guys are
that's
killing
so
folks.
crazy. Because there's nothing else to do in that
I
fucking
know,
town.
I know, I
There's
know.
nothing else to do. It's
Hey,
just that.
Austin, did you ever have a championship moment? We didn't ask you, man. You're not really a sports guy, though, but maybe you won a spelling bee, maybe.
Oh,
Wow. No, Chase, this is one of the great tragedies of my life, I guess. I never really won any impressive sports achievements or anything. I could tell you
Academic
about some.
achievements or anything?
No, I was pretty mediocre throughout.
Did you
I,
get a
I,
gold star in kindergarten or anything like
I
that? I mean,
doubt it. No, they held me back. They said I was too smart. Um, too creative.
It's smart. I can, s- I can see like your mom sitting you down, like, I got good news, Austin. You're too smart, so they're gonna hold you back.
I was too much of an
Yeah.
artist. I was a free spirit at a young age. No, Chase, and I'm offended by the question because not everybody needs that. Not everybody
A
needs just.
championship moment? That sounds fucking amazing.
Not everybody needs a pat on the back. Okay, I'm self-sufficient.
I think don't wait, hold on. I disagree. I think that you need to taste defeat and victory. I think those are essential human experiences. You know what I mean? I can remember painful moments of defeat, and I can remember one thing that I used to win speech competitions and debate competitions. I remember winning those, like, and really like the feeling of just like I beat all of you. It wasn't even close, like that incredible surge of ego where you feel extraordinary confidence. Um, and that feeling of defeat too. I think it's a great balancing mechanism in your life. So yeah, I think that's human, don't you?
Yeah, I think we can all point to moments where we did win something, whether it was a little contest in school, small things, basketball, one-on-one with a friend. Of course, everybody has those moments, but nothing where all the coaches came up to me and wanted me to be like a tennis
Wait,
star, like
Austin, you beat
over here.
somebody in one-on-one basketball?
No.
I don't know if I believe that. I was about to say, I don't know if I believe that.
Oh, we were children, so it wouldn't have been like we would have both been children, so it wouldn't have been that crazy. But like I remember we'd
Well,
have running competitions back.
Austin, do you think if you had a championship moment, things would have turned out differently for you?
No, Chase, I don't.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, of course, you can never tell because like it's the butterfly effect. Like one thing could change your life. Yeah, but I can't speculate. It might have turned out poorly. If I had. I think.
Chase, I got an interesting question for you. So, when your high school almost went to the state championship, yeah, if you guys would have beat Hoover, if you guys would have made it and won, would it have changed the lives of people on that team?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
certain? That was a quick yes. You're 100% certain.
Yeah,
Why?
because I met the quarterback years later and he was a drunk and he just talked about, if I threw that pick, man, I should have seen him,
Could have made
And
it.
I was like, yeah, you should have seen him. You fucking
It's
cost
like a
us that game.
movie.
I totally made it
Yeah,
worse.
you told him that.
Yes.
You told him that.
Yes, I
Chase,
did.
how could you do that, man? He
I
made you kill
pref I, this is
yourself.
what I said, look, we wouldn't have been there if it weren't for you, but you cost us that game, dude. And he goes, I know, man. And I was like, yep, yeah, he fucking did. And he agreed.
Chase,
He
Chase,
agreed.
hold on. I think we've uncovered something here. Now, Chase, ask yourself as a therapist, was that the correct thing to say to a drunk, possibly suicidal person who's clinging to the past?
Yeah, because he needed to hit rock bottom, and I sent him right
Oh,
to
oh,
it.
oh my
Let me
God.
say one thing. Let me say one thing.
Let me put some salt in this wound.
There
Let's
was
make
a
it hurt.
guy on that team, and he never fucked up. He was our one of our top recruits. He was going D1. He always did his job. He never fucked up in a game. You know what he is now? He just got introduced as the new head football coach at the University of Florida. He's making $8
No
million
shit.
a
That's
year.
huge.
Eight
What? He was
million.
a Grissom guy?
Yes.
What?
Yes. He didn't drop
Wow.
any passes. He never missed a
Wow.
tackle. Look at him now.
God damn, Chase. Man. That's kind of cool. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. That's I thought you were gonna say
So,
he's now
so,
running
so,
Troy University's,
yeah,
lifting
yeah.
program.
So, so the
But
teams hires psychologists for the football teams. I was looking at University of Florida. I was like, I'm gonna apply.
no
I'm
coach.
gonna be
Yeah.
like, hey, old buddy. And he's got this clip on
Hey,
YouTube.
old buddy.
His speech for the University of Florida Gators, and he's talking. He goes, and they're asking him a question. He goes, listen right here. I don't hire friends. All right, friends aren't gonna do it for me, And I'm like, damn it. I was like,
Hey,
ah,
old buddy.
yeah.
Me?
Hey, pal, remember me? Anyways, but that's what happens, Austin, when you have when you're a
Damn.
champion. When you have a championship moment, you become the coach at the University of Florida.
Sports psychologist at the University of Florida. Chase, damn, that could have been the one. That could have been the job right there, man.
Damn,
You know? Oh,
that is
wow.
my
You think he could
title.
do that?
Yeah,
It's
I would
like you
totally
do that job.
motivate people or destroy them. I could do either one of them.
Oh man, athletes see that's the interesting thing, man. Like athletes are coachable, right?
Yeah,
So I think you could have a real impact. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you could really change some lives.
totally.
At the same time, maybe the intelligence isn't quite there. The IQ is not what it needs to be. And
That's what you
also, these
want.
kids are gonna like they didn't come into you. They're not only a hotshot athlete, they're a millionaire. And they come to see Chase. Oh man,
Oh man, those are the ones you like.
yeah,
You just need to hire me as your personal psychologist. Weekly
yes,
paycheck. Yeah.
correct, correct. Yeah.
Anyway, Austin, I disagree. I think if you would have had a championship moment, things would have been different. Same for your brother as well.
There's a pattern emerging here. Chase
Yeah,
comes
all
back.
odds are losers. Oh, wait, sorry. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Dean, I appreciate your honest, authentic perspective. That Chase seeks out people, maybe, or takes every opportunity to throw in the failures of people that are
Chase,
some of which are probably on the edge of life. He
Chase,
throw it in their
tell me
face.
this. Did you enjoy throwing it in his face? Did you take pleasure in it? Was there a deep satisfaction in saying, "Yeah, you did
Let
fuck
me
up"?
tell you something. That guy, I did not bring it up. He did. And he said, I cost us the game. I threw that pick. It was my fault. And
And
I
when
go,
he gave you the opportunity, you said,
validated it. I validated it. I validated that belief and said, yes, that is correct. That is the right.
"That's." Did you enjoy it? What was the feeling
Yes, it
inside of
felt great. It felt great because when he fucking fucked us over, I remember that. You motherfucker, we were gonna win, and then you fucking made us
Wow,
lose. Yeah,
man. Damn, 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 damn. But you know what? I think that right there, Austin, that is Chase. That is like the most authentically pure Chase moment I can
and
imagine,
my
because it was
the
pure
hardest
honesty.
the hardest moments I've had in sports are when someone's come up and said, Chase, you fucked up. Like you
Mm,
fumbled that ball and lost it for us. Like you are the reason we lost. I'm like, yeah,
truth.
you are
It's always
fucking
the truth.
right, and it will never happen again, ever,
Yeah. You
ever.
see, that's interesting because, like, you see, we were talking about criticism earlier, like we were the writers in that story and stuff like that. Those are the moments you remember, right? The moments when somebody honestly pointed out a fuck up, or you honestly point out a fuck up. Like those are the moments where people are the least likely to be honest about their own fuck ups. You know, and to call it out, it's almost like a cleansing evil, like when you call out somebody's fault and there's a self-admission of the real fault, it purifies everything with the darkness. That is Chase. That is the essential Chase story. I think that when I have to talk to my children about who their uncle is, I'll say, let me tell you a story about who your uncle is, and I'll share that one, and they'll know, they'll understand.
That's right.
Yeah. And when I have to tell them about their step uncle Chris, I'll tell them about dropping a football in middle school and stuff like that. They'll know who he is in a fundamental level. And when they ask about Austin, I'll say he used to be able to put his hands under his knees and make farting noises. That's who he is at a fundamental level.
That's a
Yeah, I guess I did achieve greatness at one point.
that was a champion
See,
moment.
that was a champion moment right there. Yeah.
Everybody has their thing. And, I really believe that Chase truly is a neutral figure in the world. He's not, he could go either way. He could destroy your sense of self or he could build it up. But ultimately, I wouldn't take it too seriously coming from Chase. He might make me cry if he tried, though, because I do respect his opinion some. But I hope he doesn't.
But you know what? The world needs that figure. The world needs the Chase purifying evil. I like that. I'm going to stick with that phrase. He's purifying evil. Like it's a darkness that is necessary
Thank you.
in order. Yeah, it has to be there. I know this because I have been the victim of it myself. And even though I will rage when it comes at me, in the end, I always have to say, he was probably right about that.
It's the
Like that's the painful shit that has to
nicest thing you've
happen.
ever said about me. It's purifying
You're
in an
welcome,
evil
brother.
type of way. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Don't expect another compliment for a couple years, but let that one sustain you for a
Oh,
while.
I don't expect one for the rest, of this lifetime. That'll suffice. That's fine.
Yeah,
Good shit, man.
yeah, yeah.
It's a
Austin,
good,
are you ready? Are you ready? Are you gonna have a celebration when I come out there to Huntsville? I'd like to have a party at the trailer. Can you make that happen?
Dina, why are you calling it a trailer? I don't like
What
your
do you want to call it?
terms.
Want to call it?
Called a house with a mobility feature built in.
A mobile home. Yeah, is that what you prefer? Yeah, it's sort of thing. Listen, man, I've been watching Trailer Park Boys. I want to have the Trailer Park experience. I want to hang out with Ricky. I want to hang out with Bubbles. I want to hang out with all the characters. I want to meet your neighbors, man.
What was the
Yeah,
main the main guy that supervised the park? What was it? Laney?
Leahy,
Lakey. What?
Leahy,
Leahy.
Leahy,
He was a great
Mr.
drunk.
Leahy.
He's great as
Yeah,
drunk of
Mr.
us.
Leahy.
Yeah.
Yeah, having gay sex with
Very.
it was a uh,
Go ahead.
yeah. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Ian.
I will say
No,
one of the
you.
great cinematic moments of all time comes from the Trailer Park Boys when Mr. Leahy says, "I am the liquor." That was one of the greatest moments I have ever seen in television. It was perfectly executed. Like he's talking about killing two guys and stuff like that, and the guy's like, "Mr. Leahy, is this you, or is it the liquor?" And he says, "Randy," takes a huge swig of whiskey. "I am the liquor." It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was perfect, perfect scene. Absolutely perfect. So yes, Austin, I want to meet those characters at the mobile dwelling facility that you live at.
Yeah, we got some characters. We got the guy to the left. No license, multiple DUIs. But still drives around. This is what I've heard. I don't know that for a fact.
What's the
He's.
name of the trailer park? What's the name of it?
I'm just on a road. It's not like a trailer park.
Oh, you're not in a trailer park. You're just on the side of the road.
I mean,
Is
we're
it like?
like, Dean. I,
Do
I
you
see what you're
remember?
doing. I see these.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to
I,
say.
s-
I just want
I
to
see what he's
understand. I'm
doing.
asking
It's
questions.
see, it's crystal clear what I see.
I'm just saying. I want to hang out. That's all.
Dean. I know that you like me too much to directly insult me, but you're too insultive as a person to not do it. So
Why be embarrassed?
It's
Why
true.
you're a
It's true.
homeowner? Who cares?
I'm, yes,
Right?
I am technically
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it's actually a very nice area, Dean, and I'm quite proud of it. We got cows in the distance, nice
Is
rolling
it? Is
green
it? Is
hills.
it? Is it a double wide?
No, it's only one width.
The single.
Yeah, well, it's not even a trailer; it's a fifth wheel. So, um,
It's a. I don't know what that is. What is a fifth wheel? I've heard of a four wheeler. Is it like a four wheeler? I don't know.
yeah, it's kind of like that. Sorry, I'm a little bit sleep deprived. But anyway, I don't know if we're gonna be having a party when you get here, Dean. I think we're gonna be locking the
Shit.
doors.
One day, Austin, we're
Oh.
gonna buy you a kick-ass fucking used RV. You know,
Get you one of the chrome one, like the ones the Hollywood people stay in, the Jetstream. The Jetstream. That's the
dude,
one.
my buddy Bruce out here is obsessed with buses. He wants to buy a nice one when he makes all this cash. I don't know if he ever will, but
That's
he's
the hippie dude. That's the
150K on a bus. Can you imagine? Some of these buses are goddamn.
Hovies have one of those in their driveway. They got one of those. They got a big
Really,
bus.
really.
Oh, it's nice. It's really nice. Like it's a fucking like it's a house. It's a house on wheels.
I wouldn't
Like
want to drive one. I wouldn't want to be the driver. That
can barely
seems,
drive a car as it is.
yeah, man. Yeah, that seems kind of difficult, but I got no problem living in a mobile home. Dude, travel around. I think like a decked out kick-ass van would be kind of cool. That would be all right, but I don't think I could do a bus. No.
Van's a commitment. Do you really want to be a van guy?
No, if I was traveling like with somebody and it was theirs, that'd be okay. Maybe.
Yeah, okay, I could tolerate that, but nothing else. I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather camp. Go outside and camp properly. Something like that.
Yeah, you might be surprised. Like a lot of these things are can reach close to $1 million, but mine isn't quite that
What's
nice.
what's your price? Tell us. What's your price for yours? Huh?
That's too personal. Let's not talk about money. That's quite
Oh,
that's quite rude of you to ask, actually,
interesting.
Dean.
Yeah.
Quite rude.
Oh,
Jace, do you agree
okay.
with that?
I don't know, man. Look, I saw the top 10 fucking podcasts in the world, and Joe Rogan was one, and it's that British half black guy number. I've seen these podcasts. They're fucking awful, man. They're horrible podcasts. They just interview people. We're better than them, then. We're creeping up. Maybe not top 100 yet, but we'll totally get there. We're so much better than those guys. It's not even funny.
Yay.
Should we talk about the next step? I mean, where we started the book club. Are we gonna start a podcasting empire, or do you think
Yeah,
AI is
man.
just gonna make us irrelevant?
Bama Boys. Instead of the Trailer Park Boys, be the Bama Boys.
Let's
Yeah,
not.
something
Let's
like.
please, God, let's not. Yeah.
What about the? How about the Divine Step Brothers? Yeah, something like that. You know,
Yeah, I can
Step
see
Below.
that.
Usually be. You know,
Step below, brothers. Yeah.
Step Below. Actually, I kind of like that. The ring of that Step Below. Step Below with Chase. That sounds like. Although that does sound like you're inviting somebody to a blowjob or something like that. You know, it's just step below to the dark side.
Is there anything going on in the world that we need to discuss? Is there anything important that's happening out there?
I think life is good, man. No
Yeah,
reason to complain. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so.
yeah. Why don't we end it there, gentlemen? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for participating in what the Lord has made. That's the Divine Brothers. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.